Hi guys and gals, my name is Daniel and welcome to another episode of Squad Morale Restored. This time we are going to be looking at a couple of boxes of the Primaris Inceptors, which I'm going to use for my Blood Angels army. Now, the only experience I've seen with models of these guys are the ones from the Dark Imperium box set, and although I like them, I really wanted to put the Blood Angels shoulder pads on them, but because of like the sort of simpler model design, they're all incorporated. So I thought what I'll do is I'll pick myself up a couple of sets of the separate ones, hoping that there'll be more opportunities to, hoping there'll be more sort of modelling opportunities. As well as that, I do like these funky helmets, and the idea that I can give them plasma pistols of some description. I actually don't know what types of weapons, what types of plasma pistols these are. I wonder if there's some kind of like assault variant. Anyway, so without further ado, plasma exterminators. Still doesn't make too much sense, but let's have a look inside. So, I've taken the cellophane off, because it can be a nightmare on camera to do. Yes, nice smell of plastic crack. Okay, so what have we got? What have we got in here? I think that's everything. Yep, put that aside. Kiddo, whoa. Earthquake. Right. So, some now 40mm bases and the new plastic flying stands, which I prefer over the old ones. Because I'll get this in focus. You generally don't get air bubbles inside the stems, which is always nice. And this kind of curve means that they're not quite as brittle, which is also good. Downside is I still think it makes them look a wee bit odd. So one of my ideas, well, it's not my idea, but one of my thoughts is I'm going to try and use some sort of scenery and have them attached to the scenery by like a tip of the exhaust or by the side of a foot or something, like the Sanguinius model. That's my plan anyway. So let's have a quick squat at the frame. Now, if I can get my focus running. Can we get the focus going? We can, just about. Come on. There we go, that's nice and sharp. I hope. It looks pretty sharp. Okay, so, joy of joys, shoulder pads are separate, or pauldrons, or whatever you like to call them. So that means I'll definitely be able to stick the Blood Angel shoulder pads on. First thing I've noticed is there are one heck of a lot more components than in the Dark Imperium box set, which is, to be honest, which is what I expected. After all, that's more of like a starter set to get you quickly into the game. You don't want to put off maybe first timers by giving them hours of building to do. Okay. So this is a 2017 frame. It's like 2 years. I don't know where the time's gone, to be honest. It doesn't seem 5 minutes since the latest edition of 40k was released. Yep. Looks good. Yeah, I do like these sort of chunky but rounded Primaris Inceptor backpacks. So at first I thought these were some kind of like a plasma pistol, but judging by the size of them, I know they're called plasma exterminators, so I'm wondering if they're more of some kind of halfway house between a full plasma rifle and a pistol. We'll check that out in a second. Okay. I mean, it would have made more sense for me to... Ultramarines. Okay, dogs. It would have made a bit more sense for me to pick up the Inceptors box sets when they came out, with the Blood Angel stuff already in them. I might have also got one of the transfer sheets for the Blood Angels inside, but definitely use the squad numbers. That's not a problem. Yeah, that's quite a lot of stuff on here that would be totally acceptable. Okay, dogs. And the second sprue, so there's only 2 sprue frames, I must call them frames. Now this one is going to be the business end of the bodies and the backpacks. Yeah. So we've got all of the ends for the plasma weapons. More helmets. Look quite funky actually, I quite like the look of these helmets. Sort of a bit, I'm trying to think what they remind me of. Very sort of Hollywood 50s alien type films, or even the Jadoon from Doctor Who, that kind of style helmet. Maybe with a hint of Sontaran thrown in. So, as we came to expect, we have nice... Hold on. Come on. There we go. There we go. We have nice crisp detail on the old feathery chest plates. Chunky legs. Again, these legs aren't posable, but I don't think that matters too much. It's mainly, well, to be honest, I'm more chuffed that, just double check, the arms are going to be more easily posable. Yeah, they've got a little notch taken out, but the point on the torso could easily be shaved down a bit to allow a bit more flexibility, although I'm not sure. Not sure where this cable would end up. Okay. So these must be these three little things must be part of the exhausts. Okay. Looks pretty good. So I'm even just looking at these parts here, so sharp, the details now. It's really impressive. Okay. Don't know what it is, but the heads always look a little bit comical, or maybe cute, I suppose. They look sort of cute in a funny way. Especially if I've got them upside down. Right, come here. Yeah. Okay, so let's just have a quick check out what the stats are for these plasma weapons. Lovely smell of the freshly printed instructions booklet. Okay. So we have plasma exterminators. Okay, so we've got an assault of... Just keep it still so you guys can see as well. So we've got a D3 assault for the plasma exterminators. Yep, standard kind of strength of 7 and 8 for standard and supercharge. AP stays at -3, double damage for the supercharge. Okay. An Inceptor squad containing 6 models may be split into 2, these containing 3. I suppose that makes slightly more sense than coming up with like 9 or 10. 9 or 10 squads, 9 or 10 men squads. Yep. Champion. Yeah, really nice. Probably gonna, yeah, never mind, definitely gonna go for plasma exterminators. Can't wait to see these guys in action. I've noticed the crushing charges really like the, oh dear, what was it called? It's a similar, to the, no, brain's not working. It's the one where you sort of, in the last edition, where you basically just crash into somebody and run the chance of causing them some damage. Heroic? No. Iron Hammer? Hero Hammer. Hammer of Wrath. Hammer of Wrath? Something like that. Yeah, so it's nice that they still have that kind of ability allowed, even though it's not in like the main rules. Okay, so all in all, looking really forward to building these chaps up, and that's all that can be said, really. I might try and convert one to be like a captain model as well. I think you can get a captain wearing Inceptor type gear. I may be mistaken. That might just be a complete dream. I'm not too sure. So guys, what do you use your Inceptors for? Since the rule change for weapons out of vehicles shooting in any direction, it's kind of rendered jump pack troops a bit hopeless for dropping behind enemy lines and attacking the weak parts of the armor. I'm planning on using these for sort of nabbing little locations to get some victory points, and maybe just for added tactical flexibility. It is a shame. We do have like a house rule where in our games the weapons on vehicles can only shoot at targets that are in line of sight to the weapon. Otherwise, to be honest, I mean, if it works for you, that is fine. So we will. I'm not sure what we'll do next. We'll get these guys done. We'll get some Blood Angels shoulder pads on them, and hopefully report to you shortly with how well they performed, in brackets, how well I managed to use them, and see if they don't get blown to bits. So until next time, guys, please leave any comments below. I'll always take the time to read them, and we will see you next time. Happy hobbying. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.